Do you believe in love at first sight, or should I walk by again?
No, enough.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests.
Good evening.
Love at first sight. The first impressions are the love at first sight of the business world. It just takes a quick glance, maybe 3 seconds for someone to evaluate you when you meet for the first time. In this short time, the other person forms an opinion about you based on your mannerisms, your demeanor, your appearance, your body language, and how you are all dressed. With every new encounter, you are evaluated and yet another impression of you is formed. These first impressions are very important, for they set the tone for all the relationship that follows. So whether you're Vijay Mallya of the liquor industry or Shah Rukh Khan of the film fraternity, it is essential that you have the skills to make yourself memorable. So whether it's in your career or social life, it is essential how to create a first good impression. There are 6 golden rules to create a good impression. Rule number 1, be on time. Arriving early is much better than arriving late. Hands down, it's the first impression to be the best. Plan to arrive a few minutes early. Someone you're meeting for the first time is not interested in a good excuse for running late. Allow flexibility for possible delays in traffic signals or taking a wrong turn. Rule number 2, dress appropriately. The first judgment another person makes is going to be based on what you wear and how you're looking. What is the appropriate dress code for any occasion? Hands down, you would want the impression, not just the great one, but the super best one. For a formal meeting, a person dressed in a suit and a tie is going to make a better impression than a person dressed in a scruffy jeans and a t-shirt. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So the picture that you first present says a lot about you to the person you're meeting. To recall an incident, I would like to tell you, I wanted to wear a grand brocade salwar suit for an interview. At the nth minute, I realized I would be cutting a sorry figure by wearing that. So I wore a suit and a shirt appropriate for the occasion. Appropriate dressing and grooming helps to create a good impression. It's a key to a solid foundation is to present yourself appropriately. Now, rule number 3, eye contact. Now, this is a critical tool in creating charismatic impression when you speak either one-to-one or one-to-many. It is a valuable tool to increase the perception of trustworthiness. It just takes 2 seconds for someone to evaluate you when you meet for the first time. And whether they will view whatever you say in a favorable or unfavorable light. Now let us imagine for a moment, I am standing in front of you, using my arms to make appropriate gestures, making eye contact with you, and smiling naturally when it makes sense. How would you perceive me if I said the following? Each member has to be consistent in attending the meetings of the Toastmaster Club. Now imagine me saying the same thing, with my arms folded, with my head slightly down, no expression on my face, and poor eye contact. Every member has to be consistent in attending the members of the Toastmaster. Now, what would be your reaction? What you would be thinking about me? The problem with this example is inconsistent communication with my body language and words and poor eye contact. Now let's go to the most important gesture, smile. Rule number 4. A smile communicates, I'm happy to see you and I accept you. That's why everybody loves constant smilers, like babies. As the saying goes, you smile and the world smiles too. With this in mind, let's explore the benefits and ramifications of a smiling personality. This happened in the life of Zig Ziglar when he was on a flight and he was greeted by a glum and gloomy air hostess. The air hostess asked him, "Good morning, sir. What can I get you?" Zig replied, "No, nothing, thank you." She just walked away with a frown. The entire journey was tiresome and heavy for Zig Ziglar. Zig, on his way back, he took another flight. And to his pleasant surprise, the crew of the plane were all smiling and cheerful. Now you can guess the next time when he booked the Unfortunately today, people have forgotten the great quality of smiling and winning hearts. Studies have shown most encounters last longer, run smoother, have positive outcome, and dramatically improve relationships when you make a point of smiling and laughing often. Rule number 5. Never fidget. Your gestures and mannerisms are more likely to reflect your attitude than what you say. A big no to slouching caution gives an impression of defeat and insecurity. Stand tall and shake hands very firmly. I had this intelligent friend of mine who was interested for the post of a HR manager. He knew his subject well and was called for an interview. And guess what happened? He spoke with so much confidence, still he never got through the interview. He quietly went up to the manager and asked what went wrong. The manager replied, he kept fidgeting his belt all through the interview. He lost his opportunity but realized his mistake. People who are cool, calm, and in control of their emotions use deliberate, uncomplicated movements. Project a positive attitude even in the face of criticism and nervousness, just like I'm doing right now. Rule number 6, last but not the least, be confident at all times. Making a good impression does not mean projecting another person's image. Just be yourself, be genuine. You're unique, you're special, you're extraordinary. Attitude is a mental framework, a sign of confidence. Never lose your cool, even if anybody says whatever you object to. The key is to remain objective. To conclude, first impressions. You never get a second chance to make a first good impression. Everybody gets a single chance and we have to make the best use of it. Each and every chance you're given, never try to spoil it. In professional life, it opens doors for many other things. Thus, on your first meeting, make sure each one of you that you put your best step forward. Over to you, Toastmaster.